Earthquake ZACIAN. Yeah, you're dead, kid. You're dead, cousin. Alright. This is the second fucking game, man. Shit. What's up, guys? It's Mr. Jam, and today we are back on the Pokemon Showdown server. And today we're going to be featuring a team passed to me by the Academy Archives. If you're not in the Academy, go in the description, click the Discord. That way you'll be able to get in. It's just a Discord group. But you can learn whatever you need about Pokemon there. It's been really helpful. I've even seen people try to build draft league teams on there for their drafts. And the draft league's coming up for the Academy draft league starting soon. So definitely go check that out if you're interested. You want to get started in the draft league format. So yeah, was passing me by that. Somebody mentioned if I could look at the teams beforehand. I don't remember your name, but I remember your Abby. So I'll do a brief run over. Doug Trio. Well, team is centered around ZACIAN, which he likely built it around. It was Choice Scarf initially, but I changed it to Choice Band when I got blown away by. This did more with player of than regular ZACIAN did, and that dawned on that made me realize, oh shit, this gets Intrepid Sword, so it's essentially +2 attack. Essentially, not exactly, essentially, which is really powerful. So most ZACIAN checks are going to be. ZACIAN has the benefit of being able to switch on moves, but Fairy is such a strong typing that if you can remove, let's say, the Arcanines or the Quagsire, might get blown away by this. But those Pokemon, or at least let them feel threatened, and Choice Scarf, Dugtrio can pick those up, pick up rogue steel types that I might not be thinking about off bat, but even those can get KO'd on depending on if I would choose to predict them or not, So Dugtrio is there, I think, primarily for Eternatus, opposing ZACIAN and Arcanine. Quagsire obviously there to counteract opposing ones, which is why I had Shell, so Gothitelle cannot trap it. Corviknight's here. I'm not sure what. This is an older team, so maybe this set is outdated. Perhaps not. Maybe it's for I don't know. Maybe just I'm biased towards the bulk up set. And then we have Tyranitar, likely for opposing Eternatus. Because Sandstorm, how much def invested, it just helps beat that Pokemon. And Eternatus, non-speed invested because it's so damn fast. He might go for the bulkier spread. Figures he's not going to face too many fairies, so he opted to not do the poison stab. But we'll see how it plays out. I didn't build a team, so that's just a quick run over from my perception. And speaking of perception, I left a comment. Is that the? No, this isn't it, because it has a Snorlax. Because one of the Uber headmasters, Chris, had left an Uber team with a Sableye, so maybe Sableye is just raising in popularity. This guy's 1676, so he's probably very solid. Damn near 100 points. What's good? Oh, you already knows what it is. Your boy's good. Watches me. But yeah, give him a comment like that. So let me start the game off prior to me start talking about that. Though I'm very bad at multitasking while playing. But I'm not forfeited. But yeah, so he's pretty susceptible to. He's probably gonna say, "Now I want to play you." He's pretty susceptible to Choice of Banded ZACIAN, incredibly so, which means he's gonna always be forced to go to that Corviknight. How can I counteract that? Because he has a Clefable, I don't have a poison type move, so I'm gonna bluff having the poison type move for as long as I can. But he has a Snorlax that can just hardwall me. Tyranitar, probably gonna need to Tyranitar him early. Probably gonna have to Tyranitar him early. And Corviknight, Tyranitar meaning Tyranitar to Corviknight, that way we can get some damage that way. ZACIAN 2 kills the remainder of his team. ZACIAN's gonna have to put the team on his back. Yeah, because we don't have the manpower to beat his core. But if I can trap his Dugtrio, then nothing happens. Absolutely nothing happens. I still don't have the manpower. So likely rocks coming out from, what's my rocker? So I'm gonna lead with Corviknight here. I think he had the same idea as well. The question is, who's the slower Corviknight? he wants a slow U-turn because matchup wise we don't want the poor matchup, right? And he's probably power trip just based on that turn. I'm gonna go to Tyrant Tower over Duck. You're probably like, Jay, you just had him trapped, bro. Well, maybe. Because he's likely going to go to his Corviknight hard here. So what I'm gonna do is actually, rather than, let me think, do I have the muscle to get around? Because he's just gonna go to Corviknight defog. He's clearly a defog Corviknight because, well, one, nothing else can hazard control on his team, but he hard switched, maybe implying that he doesn't have U-turn, or he doesn't want to reveal what his set is so far. So I'm gonna crunch hard. There's a Corviknight, and I want to get that damage off. That way my ZACIAN can come in. Okay, he's Rocket Helmet, so it's definitely defensive. And this puts me in a spot where he has to choose whether he's gonna body press or he's gonna U-turn. If he body presses, yeah, defensively nothing on his team can really touch my Corviknight. So that's actually pretty good for me because he's hard switched, meaning he's worried about, okay, excellent. That's actually pretty good for me. Unless this is his rocker. That's the only logic I see behind that. But if this is your rocker, then, you know, you would have, okay, let's see. Yeah, like if this is your rocker. So what I'm gonna do now, okay, since that's the game we're playing, so I'm gonna go my T-Tar. I'm gonna go for Stealth Rock. I'll take the Moonblast. He's Orb or something. He's offensive. You don't do that much to T-Tar in the descent. Like I had like damn near 15 something million defenses. So we're gonna go Eternatus to take the hit. Because now I know he's gonna try to go into his Snorlax. So now we're gonna up the aggression a bit. We're gonna go to ZACIAN. One, I can't die from any one move, but I know what he's gonna do now. But here's the difference. Prior to this, I didn't have Stealth Rock up, so he had us switching into my ZACIAN. Now he doesn't, and he didn't know I was normal ZACIAN. So now I can fire off a Play Rough. After rocks, Corviknight can't take 2 Play Roughs, Choice Banded and boosted. Oh wow, whoa, that's 807 attack, man. So I was dead wrong about that. So now I gotta predict the shit out of him, which isn't ideal. Damn, I thought 807 attack. So he's max defense, which I guess I should have expected, but I did not think that would even come close to it KOing. Stab, max defense, Play Rough. So my play there was to close combat apparently, but even then, I don't know if I can win this game now that I think about it. I'm gonna have to bluff. Well, maybe, depending on what his Snorlax is, maybe I can. Because here, like, you never want my Corviknight body pressing your Snorlax. Well, it's just base 80, so actually you could actually get away with that. So we're gonna U-turn out here because I know positionally he can't afford to leave this in. I'm gonna have to be a bit more aggressive. This is an important turn because he knows I'm Choice Banded based on the damage, I think. So it's a question of, do I anticipate the Corviknight switch and Wild Charge and then give him up to Dugtrio, re-trap? That would mean Corviknight's out of the game, but how important is Corviknight to stopping me? Not very. Corviknight isn't the problem. So I'll have to get these next couple turns correct. It's funny, my Eternatus would murk him if certain conditions were met. Clefable is too important, so he wouldn't go to Clefable. I mean, you wouldn't sack Clefable. And he hasn't made any poor plays thus far. I can tell he knows what he's doing. He's had actually no, Wild Charge is free here. Yeah, he's gonna trap me with Dugtrio, but I'm gonna have to counter trap him, unless he's Scarf too. But I mean, I have no choice but to counter trap him. Oh yeah, the Dynamax. I didn't think about that. I did not think about that. I did not think about Dynamax. I did not remember about Dynamax. So here's the thing, right? If I was a normal Corviknight, So right now, default Clef is the rocker because he's definitely gonna switch out. And this is where I'm gonna start bluffing that I have the Sludge Wave. I can't really play around with this because Snorlax is too big of a problem. Now I'm thinking if I can infinitely, no, I can't because I can't touch Clefable for the remainder of the game. Maybe Dynamax T-Tar, but like if I was two options, if I was nah, not even that would work. I need Corviknight to be like sub Power Whip here, Power Trip, or like sub Bulk Up, something boostable. That way I can Dynamax win. Sub Brave Bird would work here because then I just solo Sableye, and then I could Dynamax on the Encore, so that would blow things away. So I'm gonna change this Corviknight, and I had the reservation about it, but I wanted to keep the team as pure as possible. You know, as far as my opponent, not my opponent, the dude who built its ideology, like what he had in mind when he wanted to put the team together. So Earthquake here, Clefable is what I'm expecting. I think the other Earthquake would do a little more than that. Seize Orb, which again is a problem. So I'm guessing Rest is gonna come out here. He has to have Rest. You went for Body Slam, 24% leftovers. Maybe I can Pressure Stall. I guess I didn't think about that route. It'll depend on what he does with the Snorlax here, though. Let's see. Yeah, I figured he was Rest. And I want Rocks. I can't take Rocks out of the field. I don't think I can win this game. I don't think there's a chance to win. The Dynamax really caught me off guard. So that making me lose Dugtrio means like when his Snorlax comes in, I can't just switch in Dugtrio and beat the Snorlax down while it's asleep. Because then I could Dynamax, blow the Snorlax away, you know. So what I'll do is go to T-Tar here, because at this point, I'm assuming you'd sack Dugtrio. I'll Earthquake card. Oh, you gave me Eternatus. Wow, that missed. And he went for Dynamax Cannon because if I chose to Dynamax, he'd still pick up the KO. But that means he's really like a bulky Eternatus. Like he's really slow. Yeah. He's like a bulkier variant, which means he could go for Flame. I think he just want to remove Corviknight. He doesn't know what set I am. Yeah, I don't think you'd. But I have such a matchup disadvantage at this point. But we'll play it out. I don't want to disrespect him and then just give him the points, because I'm pretty sure he wants the actual game. But he should have this game in the bag at this point. So I'm gonna defog here. He doubles to Clef. I guess I could. I got two pressures. Guess I could Pressure Stall. That's whack. That actually might end up mattering then. That might actually end up mattering. Two reasons. He has Fire Blast, which matters. But the burn might end up mattering. Because I might have to Pressure Stall him. I didn't even know. I don't want to Pressure Stall on the first game. But yeah, that's how you invite my man learning the technology. So yeah, he might Moonblast here now. Cause he's me. Okay, so now something interesting just happened. He's making certain risky plays. Well, risky in the sense of he must feel I have something that has caused him to have to make a risky play. Meaning, right here I could Sludge Wave, But and he thinks I have Sludge Wave because he doesn't know what my other move is. So you're right there. I could have Sludge Wave. So now he's 100% gonna go for the fire move. Oh wow, my man making plays because he doesn't want to get stalled out of. But the pressure is gonna stall him out of Moonblast. So this is why I'm like, okay, cool. So now here he's definitely gonna double out to Clefable. So this is where it's gonna get interesting because I'm gonna go to Quagsire here. Just based on how he plays, gonna double the Clefable. I can't have Corviknight come in on rocks again. So this is where it gets interesting, right? Because the way he's playing, if I Max Quake, this Clef is in trouble. Oh wow, that did absolutely fucking nothing, man. That did absolutely nothing. Good God. That did 0. I'm gonna keep Max Quaking because it just does a lot of damage. It just dawned on me that I don't have. I can always go to Eternatus stuff. So we might have to play the Saw game. I'm pretty sure I would have died there. You're in a Dragon Pulse here. So I'm guessing either he just assumes that I don't have Sludge Wave at this point, or he's risking Clefable. Because if I kill this, if I have Sludge Wave, like right there, I had no reason not to click Sludge Wave if I had it. But the fact that he switched there implies that he probably thinks I have Sludge Wave. The Snorlax hasn't burnt any sleep turns yet, so that's something on his mind. I'm gonna let the timer wear down a little bit here. Oh man, we should have just taken our substitute. We had the game in the bag if we had Sludge Wave. Let's see. Me flamethrowing here doesn't really serve any purpose. Yeah. Yeah, now he knows I don't have anything to hit him. But we can stall out Moonlight's here. So now he has to stand, because if I go for, well, actually he doesn't have to stand. He doesn't have to stand. That's not true at all. In fact, I can just D-pulse because he hasn't burned any sleep turns. I 3-hit KO him. So he's been switching around. I think he's giving me openings. I might be able to outstall him with Eternate. I think my opponent just gave me openings by switching around. Which, you know, I know my haters and critics. No, I don't think I have haters. I have haters, but I don't think anybody that commented, and I'll mention that later, was a hater of mine. But I have straight up like dudes who are like, damn, fuck you, like those, like we got those. So flamethrower here, Moonblast. We're gonna stall those. So he has 5 Moonblasts left versus the Eternatus. Unless he's gonna double out to Doug Trio. So in relation to how many, wait, he's in flamethrower range, but I might be in earthquake range from his Doug Trio, so I have to recover spam. He's trying to get the special attack drop, which is pretty unfortunate that he hasn't gotten it yet. He has 1 Moonblast left, which means Quag Walls Clef now. So things are starting to really open up. So I recover again here because he can't touch me. No special attack drop, yeah. So now he's gonna go for the crit. I'm not mad at him, like, you know, I can't knock the hustle. So now it's gonna be a really hard time for him. Recovery here. He might have encore, yeah. But I got the burn, which he burnt me some, you know. I mean, it is what it is. But this is really bad for him because he can't even switch into Snorlax here. So your boy Jam found a way to win. You know, low key, because it's a sub of mine, I'm trying to help him get his goal, but like at the same time, Like I want him to Dragon Pulse. Let me see. Dragon Pulse. I'm trying to think if Dragon Pulse would kill him. It should. Right. But him flamethrower locking is not a bad thing for me because I doubt he's thick fat. So I should 2-hit kill him. Oh, he might be thick fat if a crit did that. Wrist body slam. He might be curse legs. Did I just choke? I didn't realize he had 2 turns of sleep. I just misplayed big time. Big time. Big time. Yeah, I just misplayed big time. But I killed him anyway, but I misplayed. Should he have rested again? Probably. But I mean, you get the idea. Like if he rested and I went hard to whatever, he'd still be in a shitty spot, you know. And you can't even moonlight here. Yeah, because he only has fire blast. GG, bro. Man. So that was a long game, and that was a. It's games like these. If you made it so far, wait, were you current? Yeah. I was. Nah, you played well. So, you know, to the and I was saying, like, actually, let me talk. So, like, I left a comment, like a community post yesterday, and I was like, you know, what's some of my strengths and some of my weaknesses, right? And I got, cause let me tell the backstory to that. So I was watching, I don't know if you're familiar with Ray Dalio. Excuse me. You know, I was just digging into some of his philosophies, and he says something really interesting. Something referring to something called the ego barrier and the blind spot barrier. The ego barrier is our tendency, yours and mine, to value being right over the truth, right? And then you have one called the blind spot barrier, where is our belief or perception that we, with our own eyes, we're capable of seeing the entire the fullness of reality, which both of those make no sense if you really think back at it. So I'm like, well, you know, I even called my best friend. I called my best friend yesterday, so this wasn't just a y'all thing. I called my best friend and I asked him, you know, strengths and weaknesses, and I just want to see, you feel like you know yourself, but you know, there's a self you don't know through the eyes of other people. So you may like always, you know, pick your nails or something. You don't realize how much it's ingrained in you, no pun intended. But you do it, and if somebody didn't tell, oh damn, you know, you're right, I didn't. So I've always been interested in that, and so I wanted to see what comes up all the time. Like you'll see one, if like somebody says, well, Jam, your accent pisses me off, like, you know, that dude doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But like the dude who's like, you know, if I see a recurring theme, then I'm like, oh, okay. So a recurring theme I noticed, I forgot my ZACIAN was in the game. It's ZACIAN murks this dude. I maxed him. And then Doug Trio removes this, potentially this. Quagsire guards against 1, 2. T-Tar guards against this, especially if it's special. Don't like Rock Blast T-Tar, but we'll make do for now. And my Eternatus is amazing in this game, man. Amazing. I'm Corviknight guard as well against the ZACIAN as well. So you know, this game is less, not straightforward. That's not the word I'm looking for, but less linear, for sure. I'm gonna lead Eternatus primarily because I anticipated Mew as a lead, and I didn't want to get so. You hard switch Dragapult out. That's odd. This could have Wisp, could not. I anticipated Mew to be lead, blah blah blah, and this could still very well have Wisp. At this point, I don't really have too much to counteract a potential wisp that outspeeds it. All my mons are pretty physically based, so if he does have the wisp, okay, so he's taunt as he goes to ZACIAN Crown, which is phenomenal for me. So we're free to go hard Corviknight here. What I know he'll never go for the electric move because, well, he could. He might. So he goes to Eternatus, maybe anticipating Corviknight. I think Corviknight is what he was anticipating for sure. Working on the weekend like you. So I know what I'll do. I'll scout out his set. So I know he's gonna fire move here. I want to see what type of item he has, what type of set he's rocking. And here, if he's feeling comfortable, he's gonna go for the Dynamax Cannon. And positionally, my ZACIAN is phenomenal versus his Eternatus, versus his team. It's a kill whenever it comes in, barring this thing right here. So he goes for Behemoth Blade, and this is phenomenal because if he goes for both Wild Charge 1, we've seen how Corviknight eats. And if he chooses to do something as wild as that, Dugtrio comes in. Adamant Quake should knock. If not, I still have Quagsire anyway. But yeah, Adamant Quake knocks. And the fact that he SD'd there implies that you might not have thought that all the way through. Yeah, which forfeit makes sense. Oh, I thought I lost there. Oh yeah, no, I just killed his entire. I don't know why. We were talking. I didn't read what it said in the last part there. Shout out to what's Trixie doing in here, yo. Shout out to Trixie, the greatest mod the Academy has ever seen, for real. Trixie keeps the Academy afloat, no lies. And it's funny because she initially didn't want to join the Academy because she was shy, and now like she's like probably the Academy's most loved person, like out of the 1,000 people. Like she's definitely up there. But yeah, so you know, the blind spot barrier, back to that. So the common trait I see was, you know, you saw analytical as far as strengths, you see knowledgeable, skilled, detailed. So I saw those a lot. I saw some rogue skills, like strengths, like you know wanting to help and things like those. And as far as weaknesses, I noticed quite a few people put doesn't give opponent credit, can come off as cocky or arrogant or condescending. I didn't see condescending as much, but I saw cocky, arrogant, like a variation of those two, pretty frequently. And I saw one dude said I was hypocritical. So that's one. I'm trying to think of the rest. But yeah. And you know, it's important for that. The reason I asked, not to say that all of them I'm going to agree with, or I think all of them are worthy of change. I'm not looking for approval. I just wanted to see, okay, what, you know, going back to the blind spot barrier thing, what if I can't, so like if you're turning, this a quick example of this, you know, if you're looking forward, you can't see behind you, right? You need somebody else to tell you that you're about to get hit in the back of the head with, you know, a bottle by some random guy running up. That's the part, that reality exists. He is coming, but you can't see it. So your eyes facing forward, you in your mind, you're like, oh, I'm seeing the full reality. My perception is reality, blah blah blah. But you're about to get hit in the back of the head. So not because you can't see means it's not coming. So in that, I'm like, okay, well, you know, what am I not seeing? You know, what and how that can help me improve as a human. Now I'll talk more about that because a lot of people are like, also some of them was like, which I was surprised by, and people they don't feel like they know me outside of just a competitive guy, like the conduit for the competitive Pokemon. That's what I'm about, like, you know. So, but I did do the Q&A, so yeah, if you haven't seen that, definitely check that out. You learn a lot about me. That was 2 hours long. But yeah, let's get into this. ZACIAN fodder, quite literally. And because he has his scarf, it allows me to beat him back with his Choice Scarf Ditto. His Ditto scarf, it allows me to beat him back. Because I can just neutralize it with Quagsire, so he doesn't really get his boost. Dugtrio is going to be means to trap really whatever I want. It could be Darm, it could be T-Type, it could be Eternatus. But I'm gunning more for a ZACIAN type game. Just because we haven't had too many, you know? We haven't had too many of those. Part of me wants to lead Corviknight. This Dracovish is definitely something I want to be wary of. Some part of me wants to lead Corviknight to get the Blitz Saw so I can remove Darm, because Darm is dangerous. So I'm gonna U-turn here. Unless he's Banded Blitz, he won't kill me. And if he's Scarf Blitz, I think even if he's that Banded might kill me. But if that's the case, then I trap and kill. It's sacrificing Corviknight for, yeah, perfect. Well, the U-turn, the burn wasn't, you know, it wasn't appreciated. I should kill him, right? It's a fucking Darm. I'd be tight if I kill. I'm not gonna give up Dugtrio here. Dugtrio, Uber Choice Scarf +1, Darmanitan. I'm so used to Darmanitan, Galar, Uber Choice Scarf. Great to see. Yeah, you're dead, kid. You're dead, cousin. All right. This is the second fucking game, man. Shit. This is the second time this has happened to me. How can this happen to me? I can win without Dugtrio, so it's not like game changing. This is why Dynamax was banned in the original, because of shit like this. Like, that's crazy. My man just switched. So I could have went Eternatus, but then he'd give him an opportunity to switch. So me going into ZACIAN means he can't switch. Like, this Darm is dead now. Anything he switches into is gonna die. Now I can miss, and you hate to see it if that's the case. I can still maybe win if he does. Okay, something is evaporating. Oh, please don't hacks me. Like, it'd be a blessing. Goodbye. So Ditto is gone, meaning he might just lose right now. He won't, because he's gonna go to Darmanitan. And what I'll do about that is, I'll give up Corviknight because, well, actually his Darm can't even kill me. But I'm debating if I want a ton of damage on this. Dracovish, +1 Dracovish. What's his speed tier? It's 409 outspeed. Easy. So, what I'm gonna do here is actually go. No, because I just don't have enough information on Eternatus yet. That would be reckless. Again, I can take a hit from this. It'd blow me if I got flinched here. I mean, flinch plus hitting, it's the low probability, because if the problem is I can't get up rocks, right? So, you know, I'm actually going to go to Tyranitar. 2 reasons. Oh, he actually U-turned. Okay. I didn't expect U-turn. I didn't think he was in a position to scare me out to where he U-turned there. But either way, it's just a matter of time. Once I get up my rocks, that thingy's dead. As he goes to Dracovish, you hate to see it. I doubt this is Scarf, which means Eternatus can come. It's not gonna enjoy the hit, but I'm actually not even playing this the best I could. Be recovering here into let me slow down, because before I just throw the game away, because I have so many outs. Like, let me just calm down and play the game through, because I'm playing like shit right now. Okay, especially after that U-turn play. That lost me a lot of momentum, because I just took a ton of damage on T-Tar for no reason, when I expected to take the Icicle Crash. Dynamax, Max Rockfall guaranteed me a kill or a 2-8 KO on Hatterene, but because of that decision I just made, that's not going to be as simple as I'd like. I'm going to recover here. I expect T-Tar, yeah. And the thing about Eternatus is I can actually stall out a lot of his team with it. I just need more information. So if I go right now, let's assess. He has no ground immunity, meaning when Quagsire comes in, I wasn't say you get a kill per se, but
it gets a lot of value. So I'm gonna double down on that. That's actually why I didn't go hard ZACIAN. I was gonna go Corviknight anyway, which I'd be able to come in and heal on, but I don't think Corviknight needs to heal that much right now. Him choosing to allow T-Tar to take these 2 big hits, I'm assuming if he stealth rocks. So he chooses to get Hattery and take the hit, which is big for me. I'm actually going to Dynamax this and try to remove this Hatterene. One, he can't really do much to me. Like, he really struggles versus Quagsire. If I was cursed Quagsire, I would have swept him here. Like, he just got straight up swept. Well, Eternatus can take a hit. But I do want this Hatterene gone for my Tyranitar and for my Eternatus. He could have something like Giga Drain, you know, could be like, I don't know. I guess he could. I mean, this seems to be Assault Vest, or it could be Life Orb. There's a plethora of options. But I know I do want this gone. It would suck if it did have Giga Drain, Trick Room. So it's probably just Orb. Yeah, that's fine by me, because now this means I have the special attack boost, and he can't. It's for Def Boost, which means Eternatus can't come in all willy-nilly. Yeah. So Hatterene is gone, which is huge again for my Eternatus. He set up Trick Room for my Quagsire. I'm so used to OU that I always forget about the Dynamax stuff. So then again, there's no way I could have known he Dynamaxed the Darm there. Even if I did, I'd have to have trapped the Darm and then switched out. So this my man just dipped. He just decided, it's like, yo, this Quag is way too big. Oh man, that's funny. Like, it's just, he had outs, but he just chose to dip. The man said, hey, he has plus 2 for depth. This Quag ain't going nowhere. He had a whole Dracovish, which still could have probably 2-KO'd me. But yeah, that's funny. No, I wouldn't have allowed him to 2-KO me, because I need that Quag. This T-Tar. Well, I didn't need it, but I'd like to have it. It has no ground resist. But yeah, guys, so that's basically what that question was about. And, you know, I can see how, like, me saying certain things, or me saying that, you know, oh, the opponent made a misplay here, can come off as cocky or arrogant or whatever. Choose the adjective you'd like to add there. You know, and because I got comments too where it's like, one dude said check the elo of every player that made the comment about that they're sub 1500. But like, my point is, the literal reason I don't get much out of uploading, well, I get pleasure in the fact that I like to record, but like, as far as what you guys, most of you guys don't give me anything. So like, all this content, I've helped hundreds of players, you know, break their plateaus. I'm not even talking coaching lessons and whatnot. So like, I've helped hundreds of players break their like, you know, their mental plateaus, or just, you know, like skill plateaus, for nothing other than the good feeling of them commenting one day that I helped them. That's why I do that. So I was kind of surprised that arrogant, well, I guess maybe not the arrogant part, maybe like somewhat, you know, that part. Maybe I'm very direct. Like, when I said my guy's my best friend, the 3 strengths that he put, which I saw some of in the comments, and I'm gonna ask other people who know me well. You know, he put, his first one was confidence. So like, I'm confident. So maybe that, when I'm very straightforward and I'm confident as well. So I can see if you're, especially if you're not that great at Pokemon as yet, and you're coming up and you're just watching me for the first time, I can come off as arrogant, because as you play, you won't be able to see certain plays that were better than others from the opponents. And I explained my plays, and it's funny because I explained why the opponent's play was a misplay as well. But if your lens is, well, nah, you're just mad you got outplayed, which again is laughable. If you know how I am, my philosophy is embrace the loss. That way you can hop back in and learn, normalize losing. So if that's my philosophy, you know, why would I be upset about getting outplayed, so to speak? But that's besides the point. You know, I can see how that perception would come off if you don't know me like that. You know what I mean? So I'm not upset about it. It was helpful, and it has helped me tailor because I'm not trying to alienate people for the wrong reason. I can't be mad at that person that they're not at that level yet. Like, the goal of me making these videos is to help them get to that level rather than have them stay in the 1300 and like, Jam is cocky, blah blah blah. But it's traits where confidence. The second one he put was resilience, and the last one was trustworthiness and honesty. Like, I comboed those two because I asked him for 3. So like, I've been this way, you know, like, this has nothing to do with Pokemon. My confidence has absolutely nothing to do with Pokemon. Very similar situation in this one. The only difference is I can body press. I don't want Toxapex in. So again, very similar situation. I could potentially lose my Dugtrio again here. Man, this is the Dynamax stuff right here, bro. Like, right here, bro. Cause he could Dynamax. I could Dynamax back, but I'd like to keep my Dynamax if I'm trapping Toxapex, other than this measly Darmanitan. This is a tough turn. Man. My Eternatus wrecks him, but it depends on what his Dragon Pulse ability is. Infiltrator will give me a hard time. Like, I'm gonna be so tight if he actually chose to stay in and I switch and he doesn't Dynamax. Is there something else I'd like to do? Okay. Phew. If you want something else Dynamaxed, that's why I didn't waste it on that one, or he just didn't think about it. It's funny because I can do the same thing to him here, but he might not be sashed. If he's sashed, then we're, you know, at most speed tying. Yeah, he's sashed, so he traps, sash traps. No problems with this as I get to, well, one, now I don't have to deal with, well, maybe I do, because I'm gonna play rough here. He might go hard Pex. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't have to deal with Stealth Rocks and blah blah blah, but I still might have to, as I'm assuming he's gonna go for Scald here. The moment I remove that, then I can start wild charging away. And if I were to assess, depending on what his Aegislash is, I want to be very mindful around that Pokemon. We're gonna go hardcore tonight. I don't die to any move, and I can defog. Plus, I need to be healthy. My boy got gung shot. My man is the GOAT. Everything special that can potentially touch Corviknight is chewed up by Tyranitar. I do want to be somewhat mindful of potential, you know, like a potential double switch and its reversal Dugtrio or something along those lines. So I'm gonna U-turn here because I know I don't die to anyone. What? Oh yeah, max defense. I'm used to. Ah, shit, that's not good. That's not good. All right, so I'm surprised he hard flamethrowered. I thought he'd Shadow Ball as a make, but again, if I'm going to go to T-Tar, so what I'll do is just crunch hard on the odd chance he tries to get the Dougie and knowing I'm a Stealth Rock here. Man, that blows a lot. He could pivot to Dugtrio here. I don't think he will though, so that's gone. So it's special. It's like an offensive Pex or something. Well, you know, within reason. So sacks Dugtrio. So now I know I infinitely wall his Dragapult with my Tyranitar. As far as the Aegislash, we're gonna have to find out. But I'm not too concerned about that because of my Eternatus. We don't know shoot about this Aegislash. But what I can do is Dynamax this Max Quake, or I could Dynamax T-Tar Max, because I don't want this getting too low because his Dragapult could get annoying. So what I'm gonna do is go hard Eternatus, pretty risk free. Die's gonna be Life Orb, Steel Beam. Oh, excellent. That's excellent. as I'll be able to just recover here. As he's gonna go into blade form. If he steel beams again, then he's dead and I'm alive. Awesome. So Aegis Slash is gone. Eternatus, we living, and everything else is walled by Tyranitar. Funnily enough, particularly Dynamaxed. My only caveat with that is the fact that because he's gonna go for likely a dragon move here. He might Shadow Ball to cover his ZACIAN. Yeah, which is excellent. Because now I get to go for Earthquake. You either go hard Toxapex or you go. He hasn't Dynamaxed anything yet, has he? No, he hasn't Dynamaxed anything yet. Even if he Dynamaxes this, that's fine. ZACIAN, right? So he's gonna what? Go for Max Brimwind, drop my attack. Yeah, that's fine. Because what I'll do is say. I'll just go hard ZACIAN in all honesty. There's no reason I shouldn't. He's probably gonna go for the Max Ghostium or whatever it's called. Nah, I guess T-Tar was too risky of a problem. So now he might stay in because he's Dynamaxed, yeah. But banded like 807 bros. And now you know, even if he goes to Ditto to copy me, I have a whole Quagsire, a whole Quag. Let me make sure. Yeah, I got a whole Quagsire. I should just eat. Because I negate all his boosts, so it's essentially Choice Scarf. I shouldn't do any damage. Yep. Should do no damage. None. We're free to Quake here. That's where we're gonna wrap up today's live. But yeah, you know, all in all, to wrap up that thought pattern and the trailer thought and whatnot. When I say these things, I like to be I try to be as objective as possible, right? I'm human, so maybe some subjectivity happens, and you know, I'm not aware of, like, I'm not beyond mistakes. And again, I don't think these people were trying to come for me necessarily. However, I'd say be careful of your own blind spot barriers. So your perception is, you think that's the full picture, but it can't be. Just like I know mine cannot be the full picture, because you can't interpret all aspects of reality. If you think about it, well, you know, were you the same person you are today that you were yesterday? Well, maybe not yesterday, but like 2, 3, 4 years ago. Are you the exact same person? Do you perceive the world in the same way? You know, so in that way, like, what I want now, as far as for myself, my approach to be more of a seeking of, let's seek truth rather than necessarily wanting to be right, or, you know, because at the end of the day, and I get comments like those. I get, not saying that I'm, you know, saying that, oh, Jam, you need to be right, but I get comments from people who, and this thing trips me out, bro. I'll get a comment of something that is 100% false, like just like not even like, let me give it a quick example. Somebody's like, bro, you're weak to sticky web, but you have like 5 Corviknights and a Hatterene, something that's already weak, like slow as shit, you know. Like something, if you really sat back and like, okay, let's analyze this. And I've had people, this is a big problem with when people start a game, they make assumptions that aren't true. Oh, you know, damn, I just need to weaken But if you really sat back and say, okay, why do you need to, like, really question it? This is something I do a lot with clients, and just really question it to break them out of that habit, because it is a habit. It's just like your brain just cuts the, you know, like cuts the time, I guess, and effort, and just jumps to a conclusion, but that might not necessarily be true. I've done that. I've seen it as I was rewatching a game. I'm like, I don't even like the Pokemon I want to win like needs like 5 Pokemon dead for it to do any work. But yeah, so, you know, I see people, and in my mind I'm like, this person truly believes when they type that this is true, so that's their reality, that's their subjective truth, and it just brings up the question, like, they are like factually wrong, like it's just not true. And I'm like, what's my version of that? You know? So I just get curious about stuff, because I never want to be that person ever. Like you're making claims like with true conviction. I'm like, bro, you are like 100% wrong. Like it's not even, it is not subjective. Very weak to poison isn't subjective. Like there's stuff like that. So it's just interesting. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for entertaining my ramble. If you did, the close. These are the last 2 days to pick up your Academy gear, my friends. Everything, your pillows, your wall art, all things Academy house tour. This week's finals, but I extended finals to Thursday because we needed to rearrange some stuff. But yeah, man, I want to thank everybody from truly for the support, man. And a lot of things are going to be changing. Some will be for the better, depending on who you are. Some will be, for the worst. But I really have to start getting a better handle on my time, because I've put out the competitive stuff now, and I'm at peace. So now I'm going to be focusing more on creative things like draft leagues and more like team building. People have been asking me a lot of team builders, and that's 100% on me. I've been lazy about that. So that's something I'm going to start incorporating back into the channel. Those team builders were very helpful to people, and if I'm really trying to help, then give it all, like team building too. So yeah, we're gonna bring those back, and thank you so much for watching and all the support you guys provide, for those who do provide support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.